Hello everyone, Regnilla here with another episode of Monster Hunter Reunite. We are doing a new quest type today because I realized, oh wow, if I'm actually going to do 100 episodes of this freaking series, then I gotta pad it out somehow. And fortunately though, there is a quest type that I have not showcased yet, and it's traditionally called the Epic Hunting Quest. And these are pretty simple. So you got 3 large monsters that you have to deal with in succession. Now it gets a little bit more interesting than just that though, because oftentimes, or at least the vast majority of times, whenever you complete a quest, you can carve up the monster that you've hunted and get a few rewards from its corpse. But instead, you don't get any materials off the monsters that you defeat. Instead, you get mega potions. And so that's traditionally to help you continue on with these quests, because multiple monsters in a single quest are it's not always the most endurance friendly, if you will. And speaking of endurance, for this showcase, or at least for this particular quest, the first guys on the list are the Yiankutku, the Hypnocatrice, and the Yiangaruga, because why not? And mistake number 1 is fighting in Area 9. This area is the worst place. I say it over and over again, but it's really the worst place to be hunting any type of large monster, just because the amount of room available is, well, it's not very good. But fortunately, the other thing that really helps out with epic hunting quests is that the monsters that you're going up against are, they have a drastically reduced health pool. So this Yiankutku right here is just, he's gone. He's just, he's off in forever dreamland, or whatever you want to call it. And so I'm going to go up here and carve his corpse, and, well, my mega potions are at maximum. So, you know, just kind of replenish here. And so the next monster on the list with these 3 is going to be the Hypnocatrice. And then, and I noticed that this is a weird spike when it comes to difficulty, the Yiangaruga right after, he's quite a bit worse. So he came really close to carding me on this quest, but thankfully, yeah, a little bit of luck and good reaction times. And so paintballs are also a great thing to have for this particular quest. Now, you weren't able to tell because I was able to seamlessly blend that jump cut in, but I was looking around for the Hypnocatrice for a while because I was hoping he would spawn in a completely different area. But if you do happen to lose track of a large monster, there's a little trick that you can use. You'll often see a hot air balloon that's just floating off in the distance, and if you use the wave gesture and wave to the balloon, then the guys inside the balloon will show you where the large monster is on the map. But the other thing that you have to keep in mind too is that the large monster that you're tracking down needs to actually have spawned in, and so I wasted that chance before the Kutku that I had just killed despawned. So yeah, completely wasted a valuable resource just because I was impatient. But again, this monster is going to go by really quickly, just because, well, you know, going back to what I said before, these guys are so much weaker. But since we're talking about Hypnocatrice right now, I do have the armor page open for the high rank Blade Master set. And so for the Hypnocatrice, you'd be looking at a initial defense of 280 with a max defense of 540. Looks like the fire resistance is going to be the thing that you should be worried about the most, which is at -10. And then your water resistance is going to be 10, so that's pretty awesome. And then you have resistance of 5 in both Ice and Dragon with a neutrality to Thunder. As for your skills, you're going to be looking at Negated Sleep, the Runner skill, and as a negative, the Hunter Increase Low. But you can gem that out with the 8 slots that you have total. And so here's the Yiangaruga, the last monster. in this list, and this is a big one. Like, this guy's huge. And again, I'm fighting him in Area 9, a really bad idea. Just because there's so little room to fight here. I'm not sure what the designers of the Forest and Hills were thinking when they put Area 9 in. And worse, like, it'd be fine if Area 9 was a thing if there was no other monsters to go after. Like, it was just one of those areas, kind of like a safe zone. But instead, we got ourselves a Yin freaking Garuga. And, oh my god, this guy is the hellish spawn of the Yin Kutku and the Rathian. And so it's just, he's unpredictable, and he can hit pretty hard, and he has some of the Rathian's abilities, including the ability to poison you. So antidotes and herbal medicines might actually be a really nice thing to have on a quest like this. And even worse when he goes into rage mode, because then he's much more tempted to use a backflip. And in a moment here, you'll see why, because he came really, really close to carding me. And also a max potion for those moments where the bad monsters are about to cart you, or, you know, this is something to have in your back pocket. I always keep the maximum number of max potions on me just in case I need them, or especially if I get carted, because not only does it is it a full health restore, it also maximizes your health gauge. But going on to the Yin Garuga armor set for high rank, you'd be looking at an initial defense of 300, but for some reason the wiki is kind of jacked up in the sense that some armor lists will have the max defense that you can have, but in this case it only has the initial defense, but thankfully everything else seems to still be here. Let's see, you're gonna have a max or a higher resistance in fire and thunder, both with 10 points, but everything else is neutral. So while you don't have any negative resistances, you don't have anything positive either. And let's see, your skills include earplugs, poison duration halved, and gathering -1, which is kind of negligible since odds are, if you're hunting large monsters like this, gathering is not going to be at the forefront of your mind. So that's something to keep in mind. So this is, I'd say if you're in high rank right now, then getting the Garuga set might very well be worthwhile, especially since you have 8 total slots to work with. So you can gem out the gathering if you want, or you can get something else that kind of matters. And here we go. Oh my god, this is, I'm poisoned, low health, and stunned. So a nice timed roll. Thankfully the horrific hitboxes don't screw me over. And here I thought, okay, yes, there is the max potion. I didn't want to take any chances because this is scary. So avoiding the next backflip. And there we go. And I think it's all downhill from here. So this the Yin Garuga should go down within the next couple of blows. As for the armor set that I'm using, specifically I'm using this armor set because I wanted to change it up a little bit. This is the Obituary set. And it's basically made from exotic bugs. It's a pretty nice set to have. And then I believe my my sword is the final black katana. I could be wrong on that because, well, I don't usually keep track of the weapons that I use. I only use this one because it is one of the sharpest weapons in the game. So I didn't want to waste my time bouncing off of monsters. And so I just wanted something that was extra sharp for this quest. But yeah, that's basically it. So 3 large monsters, you get mega potions instead of monster materials, but on the plus side, your reward items are going to be a lot greater. So not only do you get a lot of reward items from all 3 monsters, but you have the higher chance of getting some of the rarer items. Like in this case, since this is a high rank quest, the one, or at least one of the rarest items is the Wyvern stone. And you're going to see what I mean here in just a moment. So there are some items that are absurdly rare. Well, for this game anyway. So some of these items either have a 1 to 5% chance as a usual drop rate. In the case of this epic hunting quest, those odds are a little bit greater. So you're going to see here in the moment. So I'm going to go over to my item box here, and so there it is, a Wyvern stone. So really hard to come by item, made a bit easier by doing these epic hunting quests. But anyways, that's going to do it for me and this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in any of my other content, be sure to check out one of the annotations that'll be featured at the end of this video. And if you want to support the channel, subscribing is also a big help. But until next time, take care, people.